The Western Cape government is urging residents who live in low-lying areas to raise the floor level and dig trenches around their homes. This comes after the South African Weather Service further upgraded its initial warning from yellow level 4 to yellow level 6 for disruptive rain. For more on this, we're joined by Ali Sablay, Gift of the Givers project manager. Ali, good to speak to you this afternoon. You're out in the Western Cape. We see some activity, see some furniture that seems to be out and about, if you will, for want of a better description. Just talk to us about what's happening where you are, and certainly these warnings that have been issued by South African Weather Service.
Thank you. I'm currently in Monwabisi and in Kanini in Ward 99 in Kailicha. This area was severely affected by severe storms just a day ago, when close to 1,000 structures were flattened or material blew away. There's close to 4,000 community members around me affected by this current situation. The major concern is tomorrow, for the next 5 days, predicted is severe storms and severe weather hitting the Western Cape. There's many elderly people and women and children. We are engaging with the local councillors on site, the local disaster risk management teams on site. We are engaging with the National Department of Human Settlements. These people have to be located to a place of safety. They cannot be on the ground in the next 24 hours. They're all out in the open. Last night we heard concerns from elderly people that about the freezing conditions. Young women with young mothers had to sleep out in the open. As I'm speaking to you, there are being community halls being opened in this community, but our teams are assisting them from yesterday. We are providing humanitarian aid in terms of hot meals and blankets. And once they are in that structure, shelters and homes, we will be assisting them further. In the meantime, this is not the only area calling us. There's areas from Kraaifontein, Philippi East. We are on standby for many other parts of the province of the inclement weather due to hit us in the coming few days.
Ali, let's talk about the practicality of some of the advice that individuals have been given, or members of these communities have been given by the South African Weather Service, and that's for them to dig trenches around their homes for those that are in low-lying areas. I mean, how practical is it for some of the individuals that you've talked about? You've talked about women that are mothering young babies or are breastfeeding. You've talked about the elderly and some of the individuals that generally don't have capacity to take care of themselves.
Most definitely. And you know, when you go into some of the structures, it's either elderly, a couple in their 70s or 80s. It's impossible for them to dig trenches. The only solution is to move them to temporary shelters. Well, there is local municipalities that has appealed for us for sandbags. But the amount of rain that's coming down over the next few days, the councillors have to take the lead here and ensuring that the elderly people, and especially those small children, they are evacuated to a place of safety. Because the last thing we want is the loss of life we experienced a few months ago in floods around the Western Cape. The other major concern is getting them into a shelter where it's closer to home, because the mothers have later concern. Tuesday is back to school nationally. Some of the children, where the area exactly where I am, their schools, uniform, books, stationery got completely washed out. So that's another disaster. We are engaging with the relevant authorities to get the cylinders back to school by Tuesday. But the major concern is just the safety of the community.
Ali, walk us through the work that you've already carried out in this community that you've been called to, and maybe other communities as well, where the red flag has been raised for assistance.
The first point is we're feeding the communities. We're feeding 4,000 people plus in the community I am now. We are busy in Klapmuts. We fed there. We're in Philippi East, in Kolai Rise. We're providing home clothing, blankets. Already, this disaster, the severe weather warning hasn't kicked in yet, and we've already assisted close to 6,000 people. So you can just imagine when the inclement weather comes through, the amount of people we would have to assist. It's just last month, we ran operations in KZN, Western Cape and Eastern Cape. Eastern Cape's already on a level warning 6. We have teams on the Garden Route deployed already to, as there's heavy rains predicted there. I'll just ask the cameraman just to show you around here as communities are sitting, waiting for assistance to come through or guidance where to go to. There are people who do not know where to start as they have lost absolutely everything. So the main concern is getting these people to a place of safety in the next 24 hours.